Y'all, it's ignore these chips. Y'all, it's something every day with this Love Island season 7 cast. Like, hello? Like, they're running amok. Like, still, the show's over. Like, we had the reunion. By the way, the reunion was so lame. I don't understand why they spent so much time talking about all these side characters, all these Casa people, bombshells. Girl, I don't care about any of these people. Like, okay, literally the only people I cared about, mainly the OGs. Those are like the main people I cared about, and like the only couple I cared about was Nick and Alandria, and I guess Shelly and Ace at the time. But Ace is moving mad, y'all. He's moving crazy, and I'm here to talk about it because whoa. I just wanted to yap about it because I saw this on Twitter like yesterday, and I literally sat like I think my screen time was like ridiculously high last night because I was literally just sitting here reading tweets and watching TikToks about like this whole thing. So Ace did a podcast episode with this guy named Speedy, I guess, who apparently has been hating on Alandria the whole season, apparently. Is that like annoying seeing my fan? Y'all, it's hot. Like, I literally can't not have the fan on. Worst comes to worst, just like face away and just listen to my video. But anyway, if it's really that distracting, because you don't need to see any. Well, maybe if I decide to add clips in here, let's see. We'll see how. We'll see if I'm lazy or not when I start editing this. But basically, this man Ace, you know, our favorite little leprechaun from this season, took it upon himself to go on a podcast right after the reunion, mind you. Right after the reunion, and just start talking shit about everyone and everything. He was talking about Amaya and how he loves her now. I know that's bullshit because you hated her the entire time. He literally hated Amaya until that game that they did where she was voted first, and now all of a sudden he's her #1 fan.
Because Nick is my really, really close friend, and Alondra is really one of my close friends. Yeah, but then I also want Amaya to win.
Like, anyways, literally, because literally the Stand on Business challenge, I think that was like right before that challenge. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was coming for her neck, and then the second he found out she was liked, we ain't never seen him act like that towards her again. Coincidence? I don't think so. He was also talking about Taylor and Alandria's relationship and talking about how production, I guess, kind of forced him into helping with that relationship. Are you nuts? First of all, he's the same dude that likes to talk about standing on big business and all whatever the hell. But you let the producers control you, but you stand on business though, and you don't let nobody tell you what to do, and you don't do anything you don't want to do. 2 + 2 is 4, right? And 5 + 5 is 10. What are you talking about? Like, as Amaya would say, a very odd individual, to say the least. The main topic of conversation, as per usual, by the way, because they are bigger than the program, Nick and Alandria, always getting brought up, always in somebody's mouth. Like, damn. These are their friends. Like, it was one thing for internet trolls to be talking shit about their relationship and stuff, but for it to be their own friends now is kind of diabolical. He made a post about this podcast episode on, I believe, Instagram, and literally Nick is in the comments of this post hyping him up. Bro, my heart actually kind of like hurts for him. Like, that sucks so bad. He's in the comments of this video, or of the post before the podcast episode came out, and he was hyping up Ace, and Nick has been hyping up Ace since he got out the villa, basically. Like, literally every time. Honestly, it was to a point where people were like, Nick, stop riding Ace. Be calm. You know, hyping up literally the post of this podcast episode, only to find out Ace completely shitted on Nick's character and his relationship with Alandria. He asked him if he thought their relationship was real, and he sat there like silent, like.
Do you feel like Alandria and Nick's relationship is real? Is this you thinking, or is this your answer? I'm going to assume that that's your answer. Mm-hmm. Is that tough for you because Alandria is someone that you consider to be a close friend?
Yeah, it really is tough for me because I respect for Alandria. But
again, from the last conversation that I've had with, Nick, it was a matter of it's not a romantic spark. They just, you know what I'm saying, they find each other attractive. Nick and Alandria's relationship, you've expressed in silence, you've expressed your opinions on that. Do you think that the other relationships that have come from Love Island are real? Yeah, Taylor and Clark, I know that's for sure real.
It's like the fakest confident person I've ever seen. He is so insecure. It's actually sickening. Like, he's such a jealous, insecure individual. And you can tell it's coming out of jealousy because he also says, yeah, I come out and it's just Nicolandria.
Coming out the villa and, seeing that this whole Nicolandria thing has been a thing for a while, it's like damn.
Oh. So that's his real issue with Nick and Alandria. It has nothing to do with Nick's character. It has nothing to do with Nick and Alandria being in a real or fake relationship. Who cares, first of all? The show is over. Like, I don't give a damn what they got going on now. Like, I don't care if they're scamming, sign me the hell up too, because I would love to be in a relationship where I'm getting flown out to Greece and getting modeling contracts and getting treated like a princess, having my lip combo in his pocket. Like, sign me up then. I want to be scammed too. Shit. Like, I don't care. I don't care if they're scamming. Like, if they're scamming, they're honestly do a better job at it, actually. Because if you're scamming us, like, I feel like, girl, where's the merch? Where's the couples content? Where's your relationship status? Why don't I know every little in and out of your relationship? If you're if they're scamming with the relationship, why aren't they doing, like, do they realize how much they could be profiting off of this shit? Especially right now while they're hot. They could be profiting a lot, but, like, literally, it'd be crickets from Nick and Alandria most of the time. I'm not even gonna lie. Especially, like, on the couples end, because most of the time they're not even together because they got so much other shit going on. And even if that was the case, why in the hell would Ace go on a podcast and air that out? And you claim you love Alandria. Mind you, let's go back to that thing you said with Taylor. If you knew that Taylor wasn't actually feeling Alandria and production was forcing them to be together, why didn't you stand on business back then and tell Alandria, hey, yo, this man's playing in your face. Production is telling him to play in your face. If you were truly her friend and you truly loved her and you truly had her best interest at heart, why would you not tell her that? Why wouldn't you tell her now? If Nick is allegedly scamming her, like you claim, mind you, almost everything Ace says is a complete contradiction. Mind you, this is the same man that was saying when he left the villa, oh, I'm not gonna switch up on none of y'all. All he's done is switch up on everyone all the time. He's one of those people where I feel like he's your friend until you're doing better than him. Like, you can be, like, y'all are friends as long as you're not stealing the spotlight from him. I think he low-key liked the whole minion thing because, like, him being the ringleader, I think he liked that deep down, even though he likes to act like he doesn't. But deep down, that's exactly what you like. You want a bunch of yes men around you. That's why you and Taylor are still friends and you and Nick aren't. Because Nick is not your lapdog. Sorry, the sun is, like, getting really bright now. Like, whoa. Okay, sorry about that. I had to fit. It still looks kind of crazy. Like, the sun got really bright. I'm literally only using the sunlight. I'm recording on my iPad and using the sunlight. What a professional YouTuber I am. I know. And I'm talking off this tiny mic that probably sounds horrible. But hey, I had to get this off my chest. So take it or leave it, okay? Take it or leave it. I'm sorry. That's not even the point. Just listen to what I'm saying. He's cool and he wants to be friends with you until you're doing better than him. He's a very jealous individual. He did the same thing to Jeremiah on the show that he's doing to Nick right now. And he's still playing Love Island. Just not on the island anymore. Like, do you realize that the show's over? It doesn't even matter if they're scamming or not. Like, we're not in the show anymore. Who gives a shit? Like, they're getting their bag. They're treating each other well. It's mutually beneficial. That's another thing. People that swear Nick and Alandria are scamming, or like Nick is the new Kenny because of what Kenny did to Janae. Do y'all realize that Nick doesn't need Alandria and vice versa? They don't need each other. They choose each other. There's the difference. Kenny needed Janae. Without Janae, Kenny is nothing. And we've seen that now because now that he's not with Janae, look at him. He's nothing. Nick would not be in that situation because Nick and Alandria are equals. They are equals. They are equally liked. They don't need each other. They do benefit from being with each other, of course, but they don't need each other. Oh my god, the lighting is so much better now. Sorry, y'all. Like, the sun is just... She has a mind of her own today. He's... fuck, I lost my train of thought. Like, what am I even talking about anymore? Oh, yeah. Nick and Alandria, they mutually benefit from being in a relationship with each other. So it makes perfect, like, it doesn't even matter. Like, no shade, but like even if that was the case. But why is Ace saying this on a podcast? If he truly loves and cares for Alandria and this was the truth, why would he not tell? Why is he telling everybody but Alandria? I'm confused. And why would you put this on a podcast after, and mind you, I think I just saw like a clip of a podcast that Nick and Alandria did where, oh my god, I look so insane. Where they said, Alindria's like, stop coming for Nick, stop starting hate trains on him and calling him disingenuous and all this stuff, because it doesn't actually help anybody. It doesn't help me. It doesn't make me feel better. And he's part of me. Like, and that's exactly what her close friend just did to her. Her close friend. Wow, the sun is actually pissing me off, y'all. Like, I'm so sorry. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. I just have to get this off my chest real quick, so it's fine. But you can still hear me okay, and that's all that matters. Hopefully. If you thought this was going to help her, which I know it's not, and I don't even think it's true, to be honest, because we've seen Ace lie and manipulate situations to help him. And you know what's crazy? Today, him and Shelly now all of a sudden have all these magazines and all this press coming out right after he tries to bring down Nick and Alandria. Coincidence? I don't think so. He's an op. He is a snake in the grass. And I don't know. I'm not parasocial and stuff. I'm not going to sit here and tell Nick and Alandria they can't be friends with that man. But I would say proceed with caution, okay? Proceed with caution, babe, because not everybody's your friend. Some people on Twitter love to like overstep and be like, cut them off, unfollow them, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not doing all that because that's not my place. At this point, I don't think it's very beneficial for them to even be friends in any way. Because just from an outsider point looking in, it doesn't seem like these people have their best interest at heart. And when you are hyping these people up every chance you get and they are tearing you down any chance they get, like, I don't know, girl. I don't know if that's a friendship I would want. And honestly, most of the hate trains started, almost every hate train low-key that started on Nick and Alandria were because they were in proximity to Ace and Shelly. I hate to say it. But it's kind of true. Especially Nick. Like, mind you, when Jeremiah got voted off, everybody got mad at Nick for that. And they said that he was a traitor. Whole time, he was actually the one that voted for Jeremiah to stay, but because he was overruled by Taylor and Ace, that didn't happen. But guess who got called the rat? Nick. Remember that. So whatever issue he has with Nick, I don't know what it is, and clearly Nick doesn't know either. Like, I don't think anybody knows, but like, because he was saying that like he didn't hype him up in the press, which is a blatant lie because we've seen it. But also he tried to say that Nick told him that he didn't feel the romantic spark with Alandria the last time they talked. But he also said that they have not talked recently because they're not friends. So where are you getting this information from? Like, I think he was saying that, like, if you met back in the villa, duh, no shit. When they got together when they first got together, they were just friends. They were building on their romantic connection. That is true. But you've had conversations since then that we saw in 4K, by the way. He was feeling her romantically.
Are you ready to dive into this with her? I know we're not just friends. Like, I don't think there's like a label for it, but I know it's not friends because like I don't cuddle with my friends or I don't hold hands with my friends. I get the flutters. I feel like I'm a teenager again or something. Bro, that's what love is supposed to feel like, bro. Like,
y'all have had multiple conversations about that, where he's saying the complete opposite of what you're saying. So what are you talking about? Like, what are we talking about? I'm so confused. Like, I genuinely don't understand if we're supposed to take him seriously or not. Like I don't know if he's lying. I don't know if he's telling the truth. Even if he was telling the truth, it's a damn shame that you're claiming that you love Alandria, but you're doing this to her, and it's at her expense. Like, all these people love to go into Alandria's face talking about, I love you, I love you, I love you, I care about you. Every chance they get, they completely disregard her feelings and how something that they say or do might affect her. Like, they don't even think about her feelings, and it honestly makes me kind of sick. I'm just going off of what I'm seeing, okay? That's gotta sting. It's gotta hurt, especially for Nick too. That's his best friend. We found out they weren't friends. Nick also found out they weren't friends at the same time. And that's gotta sting. And I think it's more about them taking the person who's on top and bringing them down with them. I don't know these people, like I said. And let this be a life lesson to y'all, because that shit happens like daily to regular schmegular people, not just people in the public eye. And that sucks that honestly that happened to them while they're in the public eye. Like, that's so terrible. That's so embarrassing. And that just sucks for them, and I really hate to see them in that position. I learned that lesson too. Like, when I was in school, I had a friend group exactly like that. Y'all, don't pour into people that are not pouring into you, okay? Don't fill up people's cup when they're not filling up yours. That's all I'm gonna say. Let me know if there's anything else from the podcast that you saw that you maybe want to talk about, because I know there was a lot, and I kind of didn't really watch it. I've only seen like clips of it. But based off of the things I've seen, it's not looking good for Ace, okay? It's making him look bitter, it's making him look jealous, and it's also dragging down Shelly. That's also the craziest thing about this whole thing. It's like, how insane does this little man have to be to not only put his friends in this position, but, and I also think that's like, that's such a, like you love to stand on big business and you want to be honest with everybody, and don't go on podcasts talking shit. Like, air it out at the reunion. Talk to these people face to face. You didn't tell Nick that you were gonna slander him in this podcast episode. He was completely blindsided. You don't stand on any business, actually, and you didn't even think about how this would affect you. Not only your image, but Alandria's, Nick's, Shelly's, your girl's perception. Like, now you're dragging down Shelly's stocks too, because she's associated with you. Think, little man, think. But I'm not shocked, okay? I'm not shocked that someone with their name tattooed on their back in big funky ass letters is self-centered and only thinks about themselves. I'm not shocked by that. But, like, I don't know, girl. Like, I know you love to claim you got the villain edit. This podcast was worse than any editing you got on the show, by the way. Like, I'm starting to think it wasn't an edit, and that's just actually how you are. I don't know, I could be tripping. And I wanted to root for you so bad. I tried, especially because you're with Shelly, and I did like Shelly. I still I feel neutral towards Shelly now. Like, I don't really, like, love her anymore. I don't hate her. I feel neutral about her. But Ace, I definitely don't think I like him anymore. I tried to, I really did, especially towards the end, because he was being cool. He was being cordial, I love the man he was with Shelly towards the end of the show, like, just, like, really pouring into her. Also helping Nick and Alandria, which apparently was all that was fake. Apparently production was forcing him to care about Nick and Alandria's relationship. But in reality, I think you did care. And I think you did like them together until they surpassed you and Shelly. You're mad that they are naturally getting the attention that you should have had. They accidentally slipped into a real love story that you kind of fabricated on. Because, mind you, I feel like Ace and Shelly's story doesn't resonate with people as much, is because it felt kind of forced almost. Like, they were kind of fake exploring, like the way he picked Amaya over Shelly in that recoupling for no reason, and then immediately didn't even give Amaya the time of day. They just never actually genuinely explored with anybody. All that time Shelly was with Austin, we knew she didn't actually like him, and we knew she liked Ace more. They were just literally playing with people's feelings and emotions the entire time until they decided that they were just going to be together. And that's why their relationship never came across authentic. Whereas Nick and Alandria, they're these two ships in the night that keep passing each other, but something's there. Something is there. They're like a background story. They're not even like the main center of attention. Like, you just be peeping them every once in a while when they kiss and challenges, and like when they look at each other, and when they are like goofy and having a fun little moment together. You're like, but eventually it starts adding up, and it's like, and then it led to this big reveal that turns out they were actually like really feeling each other low-key and yearning for each other, but like they didn't want to step on toes. That is a real love story. That's why people resonate with them. What you were trying to fabricate on the show, they naturally had, and that's why you're mad. They accidentally fell into the love story you were trying to purposely curate, and now you're mad, and I get it, and that sucks. That sucks for you. But now I'm starting to question you, little man, because apparently you and Shelly have not only known each other since Beyond the Show, and apparently there's like a rumor that like y'all been like low-key like really talking and stuff before the show. But then you come out, also You come out, and she's still not even your girlfriend, by the way. You've been together the longest, right? But Nick and Alendria are scamming. Mind you, Nick and Alendria are not lying to anybody. They're not sitting here saying they're in love, they're boyfriend and girlfriend. They're saying they're taking things slow. They need to meet each other's family first. Like, literally, they're the most open scammers I've ever fucking seen, by the way. Like, if they're scamming, they're really honest about it. Like, they're really honest about what they're doing. So, like, I'm confused. If they're, like, y'all are saying that y'all love each other, but y'all aren't even boyfriend and girlfriend. So what's really going on? Like, are you projecting? Because that's what it's giving, low key. Like, these people aren't convincing us that they're in love because they are literally saying they're taking things slow. They're telling us exactly what they've got going on. So I'm confused on what makes them scam. What makes you any more real than them? Answer that for me, Ace. But yeah, anyway, let me know what y'all think about this whole thing. Do you think Ace has a point, or do you think he's just a hater, like I think? Even if it was true, first of all, I don't care. Second of all, why would you do that? Like, either way, you're disrespectful and you're not a good friend. And you're fake. Like, all this proves is that you're fake. So, now what? Literally, now what? What can I do with this information, Ace? Let me know. But yeah, anyway. Sorry that your little plan to take Nicolandria down didn't succeed and it actually bit you in the ass. Like, it literally backfired so bad. That sucks. Sorry. But let me know what y'all think. That's all I got for today. So I just had to rant about that because I just need to get it off my chest because I've been literally so tapped into the drama. So yeah. Let me know what y'all think about this whole thing. Yeah, bye.